Hi, hello. How's it going? Little bit of little bit of an exceptional stream today. Um, the exception is that it's an evening stream, but we're not doing design. We're doing some studies. Uh, don't don't mind what's on display on screen right now. This is in fact not what we'll be doing today. Instead, we will be doing some face studies. Let me get my smudge guard right here. Oh, right, other thing, and don't tell anyone, but but we're gonna be listening to like normal people music today. But shh. Yes, don't tell anybody. Cool. And then what else? What else is new? Go in here, put on the studies disclaimer. Um, and then what else? What else? I kind of want to put on screen who we're studying today. And I think we can limit it to uh, give me a second. Yeah. We will be studying uh Araceli. Um and probably also Nudira. And then I just need this color real quick. Oh. And put a stroke on it, make it black. My files, Twitch, stream images. This will be Because something that these artists here, these two artists here, have in common is that they're really good at subtlety and they're really good at simplicity. Both things that I am lacking. This will be study marker, study names. Oh. Give me a second. You know, need my lighting, need my ventilation set up. And I'm like, is the fan being picked up in the mic? Not when it's facing that way, it seems. Cool. Cool. Now, no matter how I move, everybody will know what's going on the stream. And why the drawings are so good all of a sudden. Cool. And now I'll just get into it. I've collected some reference already. We're just gonna get in here and try to replicate it. Wait. Okay. I always start with the circle of the cranium. And, oh my god. Wacom. Functions. Disabled. Disabled. Please don't let me use the keys for anything. Touch ring. Disabled. 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 Okay. Get in your circle, get in your center line. Get in a rough face shape. That's what I thought. A little bit more of an angle. Looks better. A little bit of asymmetry in the eyes. Right? Well, not like that. But yes. Yes, indeed a little bit of asymmetry in the line in the eyes. That should be lower on the face. Is that better? So the classic rule is like halfway up the face, you have the eyes, right? And that looks about right. But then sometimes on younger faces, you have even more forehead. Something like that. Okay. The crazy thing is, I don't think, well, or I know that Araceli doesn't do all these guidelines when she draws her faces. She kind of just has like drawn enough that she's confident doing most of these calculations in her head. That looks crazy. I feel like I'm so dependent on having like a good day to draw a good face. I'd really like that to not be the case. I'd really like to like know that I can perform at a certain level, like no matter what. I mean, even here, just working from the study, right? Or just doing a study, just copying. It seems like it really depends on whether or not I'm having like a good drawing day. Oh well. I watched the next hour and 40 minutes of Oppenheimer today. No bangers? Fuck! That's my bad. Today we have actual bangers. I decided we'd have actual bangers today. And then I just accidentally muted them at the beginning of the stream. I wonder, is the volume a little low or is it actually good? Still no bangers. Oh my god. Did I double click the unmute button? Now there's supposed to be bangers. But yeah, watch the next 1 hour and 40 minutes of Oppenheimer today. Talk about top 10 anime betrayals. Banger movie. Yeah, okay, you've seen it. I was like, oh, maybe I should recommend this one to Martin. I think he'll vibe with like the themes of space and physics bigger than ourselves. Like they open really strongly with that, and they're good at like conveying it throughout the movie that these are like forces greater than human beings, right? The sound design reflects it very well too. Strong actors doing strong acting. That too, that too. And dialogue that's actually that actually manages to be interesting for like several hours, which is crazy. Oh, not the brush that I want to use. That's better. One of those days where it all feels like it's far away, man. One of those days when I'm reminded I'm an intermediate artist. And that there are capital A advanced ones out there. Stuff to learn, stuff to learn. I didn't even recognize RDJ for like the first 5 minutes of the movie. I was like, who is that? And then inevitably you go, yeah, okay. And then you really see it. But for a little bit there, he did disappear into the role. I don't abbreviate Robert Downey Jr. People abbreviate Robert Downey Jr. and I just perpetuated it. What? That's a raid sound. Hello. It's the first time I've heard that one. Joining a pretty chill stream, just sitting here doing some studies. The art's going fine. Art's going fine. Just seeing if I can't learn something from Araceli here. She's really good at drawing. She's really good at subtlety and simplifying. And I think my art needs more of both of those. Oh, and thanks for the follow as well. It's very kind. Well, you love it. Yeah, well, it's not... What you love is not my drawing. I'm always conflicted streaming studies, but like I want to get better, so I'm gonna do it either way. All the whilst abbreviating Robert Downey Jr. Yeah. But the point is like whatever anybody sees in this drawing that I'm doing right now, which is great. I see the same things in it. Well, I see some of the same things in it. I see more of them in this one. But it's not my work, right? It's not what makes this drawing good is not my decisions or ideas or skills. I'm doing the one on the left. This is true. This is true. This is true. Let's try again. 10 out of 10. Thank you. Thank you. And then let's think. Is there a way I can try to do better? On the first one, I was like very methodical and measuring. But it's still off. It's my own version of it. Sure. I won't fight you, kind new viewer. But we're both in agreement that this is very different from like just referencing a drawing. Like this is a study. The idea is to try and learn something and then apply it in my own work later. Accepting a compliment is like hell for this guy. Ah, you got me. You got me. Imagine he's just said thanks. I'll say, this is the thing, right? I'll say thanks when I agree with the compliment. But really don't mind me. You need to lurk, lol. Thanks, I'm trying. Yeah, dude, I say that like half the time. I say that like half the time. I say thanks, I'm doing my best. I say that maybe like 90% of the time. Different ideas. Maybe we do some like relational measurements instead of just like a lot of horizontal lines. We can do one of those for the eyes, that's fine. One of the great like catch-22s of studies like this is you typically have to have the skill to do whatever you're studying from imagination to really be able to capture what the study is saying, really be able to capture the nuances of the art that you're studying. Would have done it. Is this JS? Huh? Answer's probably no then, right? What is a JS? It's not Georgia Smith. Also, Robert Downey Jr. is like a commonly abbreviated name. It's like NPH. And you know who NPH is? It's not Georgia Smith, it's Ray. You know NPH. You know NPH really well. That is weird to me that you haven't encountered the abbreviation yet. NPH is a commonly, I swear to God, a commonly used abbreviation for Neil Patrick Harris. No, fuck that. Oh my god. I knew you'd say that. I'd say this is going like a little bit better. Abbreviations generally suck? Dude, that's fucked up. That's a fucked up take. You can't just say that. You gotta back that shit up. Name 20 abbreviations that suck. Can't make like a general statement without like 20 examples. Your point of them is to fit a name into a space where there's none for the whole thing. Well, no. Because in speech, you can still have words that take longer to say until you abbreviate them. Case in point, Robert Downey Jr. That's 6 syllables, my guy. RDJ? I save half of them. I save half the syllables. Bro's not a company? I'm not a businessman. I'm a businessman. Is this any better, do we think? It feels like it works better with itself. Because I'm drawing the lines obviously in relation to each other and doing my measurements in relation to the marks instead of just starting with like a... I literally did this for the other one, right? Like a grid, just to make sure that everything was in perspective. However, we're still not looking like the reference. Okay, and then those subtleties we talked about. She's resting her face on her hand here, which is depressing her cheek a little bit. And so this mark is like quite round in Araceli's drawing. The eyes should be smaller.
should take a break. Get on a plane, call it the sweetest escape. I wanna go, I wanna feel your body. People gon' talk like it or not, so baby don't tell nobody. And I know I've been distant, I've been seeing other guys, you've been kissing other bitches. I think you should come and visit. I got someone else who isn't. You pulling up in a minute, yeah. Don't you know what you're missing in the five-star high hotel in Mauritius? Think I know what you're missing in the five-star high hotel in Mauritius. Come she gon' hide it. Sick of drunk darling, come to my hotel, baby don't fight it. Just wanna hang on your neck like a diamond. Look at that timing. I can do dinner fine dining. I'ma take off, I will end up pilot. Five-star telly, be a bad bitch riding. I'm on the boat, took the bands down to the coast. I'm tryna drink, I'm tryna smoke, set it on fire, take a toke of that.
Damn, this nose is really bad. And it's because I'm overworking it. It's because I'm not simplifying enough. Big mistake is still that the eyes are way too big.
Don't you know what you're missing? Touching, kissing, I like persistence. Don't you wanna roll in my rose with the stars on the ceiling? Come see this feeling now. Come feel like you're dreaming now. Come be by my side, baby. I'll take you on a ride, baby. I'll show you I am different. You don't need a reason now. We've always been distant, always just existing. But let's exist together now. Don't you know what you're missing in the five-star high hotel in Mauritius? Don't you know what you're missing in the five-star high hotel in Mauritius?
Okay, so the second drawing to me feels closer in a few aspects. It's less stiff. It relates better to itself. It's a little less flat.
I'm just trying to tell you how it feels. If my body was a boat, could you steer that sail? Make it feel like it's a 1960s Hollywood trailer.
Still lacks the elegance. It feels overworked. There's like too much of this going on and too many like incomplete marks connecting to other incomplete marks. So it feels too messy still. And now I messed up the proportions more. Okay. But that worked a lot better. Third time's the charm, right? Okay. So relate the measurements to the drawing that's already there. And so for this third one, I want to see if I can do better just by having a little bit more emphasis on likeness. Just a little bit more emphasis on the specific measurements that I want. Which is the eyes are a little less than one eye of heart. Yeah. Okay. The new Doja Cat album is coming out in 2 days. I'm really excited. I'm more excited than probably I should be, because I'm the last times I've gotten like riled up about an album launch, it's been a little bit of like a letdown, or just like the albums have been like fine, and then you just have like an okay album from an artist that you really like, and then it's a bit anticlimactic is all. I feel like I must have made some missteps already here. But anyway. Put in some rhythms. And then you have like a crazy mech design. And you don't have to draw the face at all because you have like a crazy mech design instead. Isn't that sick? Hello Draco, what's up? What's up? Okay, this wasn't the idea. The idea was to use some of these measurements to make a face that works with itself. You're just thinking how you would draw my character? How would you draw my character? Fully into it. Huh? Elaborate. Draw his passion into the graffiti. I see. Yeah. Sounds good. I haven't drawn him a lot doing graffiti. I guess he is kind of in the little down in the corner of the stream. See, this is stupid. I shouldn't be doing specifics right now. I should be laying in the general structure of the face. It's skewed. I guess it's more like I've essentially I've drawn him like posing for the graffiti. Posing as if he's doing graffiti, but I haven't really, there's no illustration as of yet that shows him actually doing graffiti. That could be cool to see. This is already so off. You have a suggestion for me? Hit me. Well, okay, you just caught the tail end of music. We did have music playing. Playing some playlist of music for the stream like everyone does. Like everyone does? See, the thing is, from your experience, the thing is, when you play music that you don't have the copyright to, the owners of that music can take down the sound from your videos, or actually Twitch takes down the sound from your videos in order to protect you from copyright strikes. Yeah, so when you do VODs, those get silenced if you play music you don't have the rights to. And so this is actually, yeah, this is Twitch protecting you from getting copyright stricken, because they detect, oh, there's music you don't have the rights to in this content. Let's just get rid of that for you. Because if it gets discovered by the owners of the music, they can require Twitch to take it down. And I don't know what makes them do this, but I think Twitch is legally obligated to manage content on their service in a way so that it minimizes the use of copyrighted content. And so the way they do that is by banning you if you do it too much. Wish it was the same for art as well. I guess it's easier to discover like theft of music than it is to discover theft of visual art. Because I think like all music made is or most music created gets put in some registry where you can like easily search for that audio. Theoretically, right, somebody would be able to create a database that does the same for art, just has like a lot of art in it, and then if ever any of that art pops up somewhere, the owners would be able to take it down. You're not saying this about other people's use. You're saying this thinking about the AI corporations? I mean, I don't know. It's just as bad when other people steal your art and post it as their own. Arguably worse. Because there's like malice of forethought or whatever, malicious intent. I can't stop drawing eyes too big. This is crazy. So, for example, today I'm playing music that I don't have the rights for. Self-report. But this one's off the records. This one's off the books. I am not recording the VOD for this one. So anything cool I say today will forever be gone after the stream. I don't know, man. People who can draw like this are magic. It's still so mysterious to me. It's better than the first two attempts, that's for sure. Maybe I'm just like warmer. Haircut isn't that important. What's the goal behind this exercise? Getting better at drawing. I know that's super annoying. I'll elaborate. Well, when we do art studies like these, it's always because there's something in the art that we're studying that we like better than our current skill level in the same field, right? So for me, I think Araceli here is really, really strong at drawing believable faces and simplifying them in a way where they don't feel overworked. And so I'm trying to figure out I was about to say the sass on this bitch this evening. But it was funny. It was so funny, dude. In this case, yes, I'm a really big fan of Araceli for her ability to draw believable and subtle faces. And so I'm trying to figure out what makes that happen. I'm trying to suss out, if not the marks that she draws on the paper, on her canvas, in order to draw these faces, then the thoughts going through her head. Ask her. Yeah, well, she might say Loomis method and 20 years of practice. She might say, oh, I think of this and this proportional system. It's also, you're practicing your ability to go through the same thoughts, right? I think I probably have enough knowledge of methods of constructing the face at this point, that I don't need a new one. I need to practice them. I need to, by going through the motions, figure out the subtleties of the methods of construction that I do know. There's always a knowledge gap, of course, but I think what's more significant here is the experience gap. And what's the point of a study rather than just sticking to what you know? You can't snuff out EP? What are you saying? Snuff out means to put out something. I'm sorry, guy. Okay, but I see what you're saying. Right, because I was being a little bit contradictory. I'm saying on one hand, I'm doing this to identify how she thinks differently. And at the same time, I said, well, I need experience points. Probably the simplest way I can put it is that it is both. What I'm trying to figure out is not what overall method she uses, but it is the micro observations that she has made over 20 years of drawing faces. I'm trying to observe as many of those micro observations as possible. And yes, I could ask her 1,000 questions about what specifically does she think about when she's depressing the cheek against the hand, or I could just look at her drawing and get that same answer. And well, I don't have the luxury of being able to ask Night Sang a million questions about her specific micro observations of the human face. Those are what I'm trying to get at. I'm trying to get at essentially, yes, her individual experience points, and those experience points are tiny little observations in her thinking. So yes, I'm trying to suss out a knowledge gap. Experience in art results in very specific, very internalized knowledge, and those tiny little points of very specific, very internalized knowledge is what we're trying to get at.
Trump's got a love child, and I hope that bitch is buck wild. I hope she sip mezcal. I hope she kiss senoritas and black gals. I hope her mama's El Sal. I hope her papa stick around. Yeah. Take chains off, take rings off.
You can know that, oh, it's good to have light on dark in terms of value clarity, but still need to see it applied in 10 different points, to 10 different locations in a piece to understand fully when to use that contrast, when to use that tool, or how it is used most effectively. Am I making sense?
The revolution will not be televised, but it will be streamed live in 1080p on your pea-brain head and a face-ass mobile device. Alright? This shit gon' bang at least 6 summers from out that rock you've been under.
You think the method is just a bit foreign to you? Yeah, well, because you haven't been learning art for very long. Studies? The method of studies? Is it because you're saying... Are you saying the same thing I am, that you haven't been studying art for very long? Feels to me that copying something doesn't mean to you that you can understand her micro decisions. No, that's the hardest bit about the exercise. The hardest bit about the exercise is to make sure that you're constantly trying to understand. That you're constantly asking and answering your own questions rather than just copying. That's the hardest bit about the entire exercise. And that you're making notes every time something is different from what you had expected. Okay, let's do another reference. That is definitely like the hardest part about doing art studies. A new artist. This is, I'm pretty sure this is a new Dira drawing. Probably just not a level where studies make sense. That has to be wrong. That has to be wrong. Like maybe your observations will be more macro. Maybe you won't. I mean, you won't get the same things out of a study of the same drawing that I would. But if you're looking for the elements that you don't understand in a drawing and trying to ask why they are the way they are, or the elements you hadn't expected in a drawing and noticing that they are differently, I'm sure you'll pick up something. You're definitely also at a point where it makes a lot of sense for you to learn some systems and some proportions and some structure first. I think there's always something you can learn from looking at good art. I mean, I can tell you that you're doing the same thing when you're studying from photo reference. You're trying to make your own little micro observations about how is that face different from what you're drawing. How does this three-dimensional volumetric face look differently from what you would draw if you didn't have the reference? When you do have the reference, all of drawing practice. Let's start there, and then if I'm wrong, we'll take it from all of drawing practice is trying to make these little tiny micro observations to refine your idea about a form, a system of stylization, a system of construction. Otherwise, you could become the best artist, the best draftsman in the world just by watching 100 YouTube tutorials. And really like, oh, he says to do the Loomis method with the disc on the side and just remember the proportions and then you're done. But that isn't how it works. You have to hammer those ideas in. So if you're at a level where you feel like you can get something out of photo studies, which should be any level, I would postulate that you're also at a level where you can get something out of artist studies. Not that like one exercise is like a higher level or a better exercise than the other. It's just there's a lot of different ways to learn. They're all good to do once in a while. Yeah, man. It's rap. That's how it is. It's actually my song, yeah.
Nothing safe when your numbers change. Keep it low and pay the fee. Niggas talking, but it's not too often that they live and where they speak. Good pussy kept me entertained. Money came, then it went away. Loyalty over everything. Am I my brother's keeper? You know everybody gotta eat, bruh. I wanna live on ahead, if not a cloud in the air. The right side of the chair.
Okay.
Jesus would have had a better lawyer, would he have to see the cross? I hope your niggas is true, I hope they don't do you like Judas. I pray to God, pain wearing off, sleeping while I talk, laid in the arms, woke up at the top. I wanna live on ahead, if not a cloud.
And another one.
Right side of the chair. 9 a.m. LA time.
Might have to scale this one up a bit.
$500,000 for being one half of one of the greatest duos in hip hop history. Am I my brother's keeper? I couldn't love him more. You know everybody gotta eat, bruh. Everybody eats, B. Am I my brother's keeper? King Push. Am I my brother's keeper? They still laughing about the duo. Applaud is finding salvation, but I'm still rhyming about the you know. It's hard to leave your foundation. This spaceship took me to Pluto. Still an underground king, but the money's Jason Derulo. Sumo in the safe, Cujo on the grill.
Of course, studies are also a great way to just
To all my other fields,
observe an artist's stylizations.
real niggas. That's the only
Like there's specific simplifications. What marks
of a real nigga. And
does this artist use
no.
for say a nose?
I'm dialing in a bit deeper. Arms reach to the reaper. They say it's cheaper to keep a life's a bitch. I'm running through changes. Is it strange? Evading. Shit, I'm grown, but still a fade. Shooting off with no mark. If I hit, there's no mistakes. Yeah,
Okay.
baby. I'm running through changes.
It's a shape for the hair.
Every day.
Hair is great because it's really hard to do incorrectly. Like you could do it like unappealingly, or you can draw someone with like a lot of hair. But at the end of the day, and of course you can do it more or less volumetrically, and more volumetrically is often appealing.
Let me get that intro.
But at the end of the day, hair sort of reduces into like a just like a graphic shape.
On the east, ducking fans from a peephole. 1989, gang banging was at its peak. This the beat that make me reminisce on G4.
So you can kind of do a little bit of whatever you want with it.
I would rather slang hand to hand to
The Saya way. Saitama way. Oh, I see. Yeah. Yeah, that's a different thing. But that's also true. You can also just like make all your characters bald, I guess.
I think I'm in the roughest now. I seen her throwing up edge down. You was living
But it's more like there's no there's rarely like a lot of perspective guidelines that you need to watch out for when doing hair, for example. It's only if you're like doing something that's symmetrical down the middle. Like fully symmetrical down the middle. Damn it. Okay.
Sweet trippy, I'm yours for the getting. Talking foolish at the moon, I was gone. 1800 sipping. I can't get rid of you. All the places that I used to go and kick it. All this weight that I'm lifting. Trippy. Come meet me in the middle. Right there where you always
and not a banter heavy stream today. That's just how it's gonna be. That's what I have brain activity for today. Is just do my little studies to the best of my ability.
But it's rented. I don't give a fuck, bitch. Either way, I'm in it. I ain't gotta prove to you that I got bread. Niggas talking money, but
And that's kind of most of it.
that I slept on back in my Muhammad crib. Remember fucking hoes leaning all to the left. Don't know why they rock with a nigga, but they did. Damn sure wasn't the money. Maybe it's the kid. Used to have a honey that I loved when we was younger, but somehow got disconnected before Facebook got so big. I used to search her name, hoping we could reconnect. But if I sent the message, would she still be on my dick? When I couldn't find her, had me feeling mad lame. Maybe she got married and she changed her last name. Maybe she just ain't up on the latest of the internet and ain't got into that. But give her time, that'll change. Bingo, what do you know? Years later, late night after a show, we here later. Brown skin, love how it glow, your hair tighter. Ask, is it cool if I smoke? Go ahead, lighter. High from your fragrance, I love. You smell pretty. No, I got it straight from the mud. My nails dirty. If somehow we both lose touch, I won't lie ya. Got me open way too much. I'm gon' find you.
Sweet trippy, lost in the deep end. Like water to your fish scale. Love to watch you swim. I can't get rid of you. All the places that I used to go and kick it. All this weight that I'm lifting. Trippy. Come meet me in the middle. Right there where you always be. Somewhere in between. You and I always meet. Come meet me in the middle. Right there where we always be. Somewhere in between. You and I always meet. Come meet me in the middle. Come meet me in the middle. Come meet me in the middle. Somewhere in between. You and I always meet. Yeah. Yeah. I'm working on the world premiere, and I can see the world from here. They ask me where I'm going from here. Shit, anywhere, long as the runway is clear. Shit, music business moving too fast for me. Wishing I still had Mac with me. Yes, Lord. How do you tell a nigga slow it down? When you're living just as fast as him, I couldn't understand when I seen him stretched out cold on the pavement. Niggas catch TKOs on occasion, wishing I could save them. What was I to say? I was doing dates, dipping in and out of state. We was going in to get away. Sick of feeling so out of place. Wishing I could save you. What was I to say? Wishing I could save you, but now it's too late. Now is this really what I wanted? Is it really worth the pain? Now am I really an asshole? Fuck what you say. Don't do me no favors. Let's get back to basics. We live for today, bitch. Fuck up on my way, bitch. I'm losing all my aces. I'm running out of patience. Got some pretty faces. No one what my name is. Up in high places. I got some new neighbors. They don't really say shit, but when they see the spaceship, they just think I rap or some form of entertainment. But they don't know I'm black, young, gifted, and amazing. You know I had to close my eyes. Yeah, I had to free my mind. Yeah. I knew my own lane, moving all the lies, knowing that I can't do it on my own. And I feel the pain, killer coming on. About to run away, think I'm going home. You know I'm working on a world premiere, and I can see the world from here. I know you somewhere. shoulder. The greatest honor to know you. I gotta be honest with you, I hate you ain't in the picture. I hate on the fake niggas claiming like they gon' really miss you. I know there's no one to blame, I may be the point that I'm missing, but I needed a minute. Just give me a minute. You know I had to close my eyes. My eyes. Yeah, yeah. I had to free my mind. Yeah. I know my only name, moving all the lines. Knowing that I can't do it on my own. And I can feel the pain till I'm coming home. About to run away, think I'm going home. Oh, say it ain't so. Tears keep falling down my eyes. Damn it, I miss you. I should be with you. Can't turn back on the hands of time, but I should be with you. Miss my friend, damn it, I miss you. Cannot bring you back. These pictures I'm seeing are fucking me up.
Okay, there's that one.
I don't know what to do, but reminisce to face the pain of back in the days before you were dog and you would just puff, banging beats and bringing bitches back to the tour bus. Excuse me, y'all, I know this pack shit, I just need a second. It's Q-tip in this bitch and I'm just in here reflecting. Head on collisions with memories in the intersection. Looking in my rear view, wishing I could be near you. The freeways of my mind are crowded with traffic. The good times that we had and the bad habits. Look at me now, look around, last man standing grooming, crying like a child trying to understand it. Sick of sending flowers to all of my brothers' mamas. Don't know what's harder, fighting trauma or keeping the promise. True confession, breath is a blessing without a question. But niggas don't get the message until they get disconnected. My story ain't over, I'm still turning pages. But the picture I painted with you in it has faded. My queen, my dreams, and even my wages. I know what it means to lose everything when you made it. Rags to the rich.
And then this bit with the hair is not as important to me today. So I'm not gonna be doing the very best job of that. All right. Now, something we could do, now that we've gotten like a couple of studies in today of artist studies, is we can grab these, throw them together over here. I did already use the shaker today, yes. Why? Okay. Now, we could find some portrait reference on something like a Pinterest or the like. Just find some images of some people and then try to apply some of the ideas from the studies. which were mainly about a simpler, easier approach to mark making, and like a looser, more dynamic way of measuring for me. Like to a larger degree, measuring and referring relative to the marks that I already put down rather than to like a grid that I put down at the beginning. As well as just trying to not overcomplicate the individual features. Oh. Here's some reference images that I can now study. And then, okay, wait a second. Studies. Russelli. Nudira studies. Cool. Cool. Start by putting in the rough shape. That's still the beta for me. The meta. Beta is climber language, but it's the same thing. In this case. Do my little center line, I like that. Okay, fine. No, it's fine, it's fine. Okay. And this is some bullshit. I should be able to put in an eye in like 4 marks. Doesn't need to be more complex than that. And then you can always reinforce like the lashes afterwards. That's all it needs to be. That's fucked up. My software pauses for like a second every time I switch to my brush from the eraser. That's annoying. I wonder if it's just like a close and open the document sort of thing, or if it's like a close and open the software sort of thing. Just eliminate the need for an eraser. Yeah. Problem is that takes more than one drawing to achieve. Because what you're saying is don't do any guidelines and do the marks correctly on your first try. Which that's what I'm trying to do. That's where I'm trying to get. Just not a locking in ones type of thing. What else could we listen to?
Yo, take a ride on my train of thought. Fundamentals, what I bought, penny less. I await the emptiness enlightened. 26 years on earth, my soul fighting. Habits that inhabit my body, I took a liking to my lifestyle. Battling stress the size of Goliath. Slingshots push hard rocks, these stones getting thrown. My temptations I amplify when I get alone. Try to separate the action from the man. I wholeheartedly understand why I need to grow, even though I'm grown. If I did you wrong, I vow to make it right. Judge me off appearance, it was said to me, I'm impolite. Ice remain in freeze mode, I'm stuck in fight or flight. I'm deflecting my daily problems within my daily life. Recognizing patterns of my own demise. Why I feel like hiding the truth is finding a lie. Dealt with thoughts of suicide, women I've objectified. Couldn't see it through my eyes, so for that I apologize. I'm desensitized, working hard to empathize. Drunk out on love addiction and groupies when souls collide. I've been this way since the day I turned 6. I've been touched before, way before I touched mine. Now I'm almighty, pushing through the pain. The almighty cushion to the flame. The person burning bushes in my brain. I had to make an effort, double overtime to change. Have to journal my journey and mistakes I made on the way. Manipulation to get what I want. Getting very distant after I got what I need. Writing, rapping, wisdom, whiskey, women, boys.
God damn it.
Narrating all these conflicts and top it off with greed.
It definitely seems like it's a shut down the entire software type of thing. So we'll get to that tomorrow. Or I guess at the end of the stream.
My eyes see imperfections within myself. Cracked images, bad luck, and broken mirrors. Funny how I see impermanence so clearer. I dedicate this to the ones I hurt. It's time to get my spirit right on earth. thirst. Can't revert to who I was at first. I channel God through this verse. Accountability, I take responsibility for all my actions. I pat them in these soliloquies. Just because we're not friends don't mean we're enemies. Thank you all for listening, sending y'all with good energy. Yo, and it goes like I keep walking, 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 I keep walking.
That's a very Jacob mark to make. So we don't do that.
For backing vocals, got my mans here, DJ Pop Knot. You're now being engulfed by the smooth melodies of the Cold-Blooded Soul Band. And I'm your host, Denzel Curry. Ladies and gentlemen, a Cold-Blooded Soul Band. Hey, yo, Box Nut. What's up, bro? I need to know if you got me on this. I got you. You already know that. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna take it from the top like this. Okay. And a 1, hey, 2, hey, 3. Clear a path as I keep on walking. Ain't no stopping in this dirty, filthy, rotten, nasty little world we call our home. They get blicky popping. Ain't no so they resort to scams and robbing. Take away stress, we ganja. Blow it all out, is off a cotton. Keep on walking, ain't no stopping in this dirty, filthy, rotten, nasty little world we call our home. They get blickies popping. Ain't no option for my partner. So they resort to scams and robbing. Take away stress, we ganja. Blow it all out, is off a cotton. Walking with my back against the sun. I've been running all my life, that's way before my life begun. Since my birth and seconds on earth, I've been the first one to confront all of these cycles that get recycled, making it stifle while I stunt. Roll me a blunt so I'll forget it. Put them in the details, look so vivid. Went through a lot of shit in the last year. Then I said, fuck it, I'ma handle my business. I've been 180 to talk to one lady, she been regulating on how I feel. Describe it as raw and real. I'm dealing with all the ills. I'm tearing up like I'm on Dr. Phil. What? Ain't no use, you gotta wow. Ain't no use, you gotta wow. Who the fuck said start the trap, bro? Let a real nigga talk. Hey, I walk from the bitches, I walk from the friendship, I walk from some ditches. And lately, my nigga, I'm feeling indifferent. I wish y'all the best and believe that I meant it. Hey, sentence, run on sentence. Pray to God for repentance. Beat the odds at all costs, I won't share with my infants. Way before he start crawling. 100% keep balling. I just gotta stay focused. What? I just gotta keep walking. Keep on walking. Ain't no stopping in this dirty, filthy, rotten, nasty little world we call our home. They get blickies popping. Ain't no option for my partner. So they resort to scams and
Okay.
robbing. Take away stress, we ganja. Blow it all out, is all forgotten. Keep on walking. Ain't no stopping in this dirty, filthy, rotten, nasty little world we call our home. They get blickies popping. Ain't no option for my partner. So they resort to scams and robbing. Take away stress, we ganja. Blow it all out, is all forgotten. Hey, wow, 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 wow. Yo,
Damn.
come on, wow, 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 wow.
All right, let's try that one again.
Hey, yo, so we gonna do it like this here. Go ahead.
There's a subtle tilt I missed.
And a 1, 2, 3. Make it raw for me. Listen, I look for God on a daily, praying that the reaper don't take me in this land controlled by Hades. I'm feeling hasty, yet I'm moving hesitant. The air, the water, and the food we eat is filled with pestilence, accompanied by famine and death. There's no choice but to stay at home.
The brow stylization is fine. I don't mind that. It's okay.
Nice the end of the month. Wondering, am I gonna make it to see the end of the month? News flash from the office to give me the views I want. But the image that I get is my president being a cunt. I think people gonna break fast and won't even make it to lunch. So every line that Curry drop is equivalent to a a bunch, cause they smacked us in the face with that bullshit. Now I gotta focus on making my soul live. Worst come to worst, and I'm hoping my soul live. Worst come to worst, and I'm clutching a full clip. If worst come to, I talk to God on a daily. Told him that the Reaper can't take me, and it's lame design to hate me. Of all things, my mental suffers greatly. They draw guns, so how could lead erase me? I'm baffled. An epic battle of evil and the will to evolve is what I'm involved in. Hey God, this earth gon' keep revolving. Can't you see we lost here? Can't you see we lost here? Try to get to heaven, but we see that heaven costs here. Pestilence, famine, and death. What I'm forgetting? Who's that sitting straight to the left? Boy, they say the horseman coming. This couldn't be what you summon. The children hiding and running. My prayers are at your door. Cause they smacked us in the face with that bullshit. Now I gotta focus on making my soul lit. Worst come to worst, then I'm hoping my soul live. Worst come to worst, then I'm punching a full clip. Cause they smacked us in the face with that bullshit. Now I gotta focus on making my soul lit. Worst come to worst, then I'm hoping my soul live. Worst come to worst, then I'm punching a full clip. And worst come to da 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 da. 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 Let's go. What you say?
It's all your mental. It's all your mental. It's all in your mental.
Listen.
It's all.
Let me take you higher than herbalists climbing treetops. This is not rap, my nigga, this more like hip-hop. Classic Freddie Hubbard, these words are uttered like dairy cattle, making sure the rain lasts forever. I'm sleepless in Seattle, for the gravel, I travel across the nation for ages. Even as I start to get older, this music is bathing inside the fountain of youth. Surrounding the booth is water, my mind is flooded with these flows, so get the recorder. My mental state is whatever happens, happen. I'm making it happen, rapping. If I was back in the 40s, I would have been gassing, scatting. Different practice created a different habit for passion. Find it harder to make an action, yeah. It's all in your mental, it's all in your mind. But I'ma feel fine once I'm up to your eyes, because it's all in my, it's all in my mind. But I'ma feel fine once I'm up to my eyes, because it's all in my, it's all in my mind. But I'ma feel fine once I'm up to my eyes, because it's all in my, it's all in my mind. But I'ma feel fine once I'm up to my eyes, because it's all in my.
It's all.
Oh my God, that shit is so angelic, nigga. I'm done. I like the way that came in. I like that. Listen. Got some trouble that these drugs can't fix. We might struggle because life's a bitch. Then you happy when your ass get rich. Blowing money cause the bag ain't shit. Got some trouble that these drugs can't fix. We might struggle because life's a bitch. Think you happy when your ass get rich. Blowing money cause the bag ain't shit. I just lost my house to the drought, it. Now I'm staying on my mama couch, shit. Told me get a job or the bounce, it. Never paid a bill, I cop an ounce, it. I can spend a 20 on the dub, but I can't even spend it on some shit I really love. I need some TLC, but bitches treat me like a scrub. I gotta drive my mama car to pull up to the club. Ain't nothing left to do but now, nigga gotta hustle. I got it out the money, then I did it out the muscle. Maneuver through the game, I put my niggas in the huddle. Now we all just running around and fitting pieces to the puzzle. My nigga, hey, got some trouble that these drugs can't fix. We might struggle because life's a bitch. Think you happy when your ass get rich.
Nah, nah. So a way to achieve the same thing with fewer marks, in a way that's less clumsy. Then we try to do that. Turned her too much to the side this time. Oh, right. Whoops. I'm streaming to YouTube. YouTube detects copyright in your stream while you're streaming. So the YouTube stream gets picked up and interrupted when I do this little stunt